Recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with the lovely and talented Mr. Chris Hollister.
Hi, everybody. I was not expecting that at all. Well done.
And
I was mocking you.
I know.
And then you threw me a wrench.
Yes.
And I didn't dodge it.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I did not dodge it.
And I'm also here with the lovelier and more talented Miss Carmela Smith.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so we have two awesome guests today.
Yes, we do.
They've been putting up with a lot from us to get this show
No, a
started.
lot from you, Jonathan.
We've been a giant pain in the bar, so.
Carmela, we have been lovely.
You have not been lovely.
Jonathan has had system issues.
Okay. I can't argue.
Yeah.
So David, Kendall, and Adam Freed are here. Gentlemen, I don't know if we've ever had two better-looking people on the show at one time.
There you go.
I mean, you guys are just studs.
Wow.
So, we are glad that you're here. Yeah, make sure she knows that, dude. Make sure she knows it. So first up, I want to get to know you guys a little bit better. We're going to start with you, David. So tell us where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is David. I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is up there in Canada, McMaple-Bacon land. It's actually not as cold as you might think. Right now it's in 16 degrees, which in your backwards antiquated system that you use there is around 60 degrees. I work at a financial services company. I'm a customer service rep. I answer questions about people's investments that they have with us. One fun thing about myself, I guess I'm a national anthems geek. I love to study national anthems. I have a webpage about it. I have a big collection on them, and that is my passion I like to do in my spare time.
You're pretty great at flags, too, aren't you?
That's awesome.
I do like flags as well, but there's a lot more people interested in flags than there is in anthems, so I'm a lot more the default, the guy who knows anthems.
So we have our very own vexillologists on the show.
Yay.
Very nice.
Love it. All right, and Adam Freed, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Sure. My name's Adam. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. High school math teacher.
Boo! Wow.
Be nice.
God, why do people keep telling me to be nice?
Because you're not being nice.
He said Boston.
So, he's a school teacher in Boston.
He's influencing the children.
And infiltrating them.
Okay, anyway, sorry, Adam.
Yes, back to you.
Another Boston-related thing for my little factoid is back in the day, I was a former state champion candlepin bowler.
Oh.
So bowling, but of a New England and Maritime provinces variety.
Oh, what's a candle bowler?
Candle bowler.
So candlepin bowling, it's still bowling, right? 10 pins. The differences are the ball is about the size of a bocce ball.
Okay.
The pin is tall and skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of 2 balls per turn, you get 3.
Oh.
And then the final big difference is that when you knock pins over on the first or second ball and they're still hanging around on the lane, they don't get swept away. And you're
Oh.
allowed to sort of carom your shot off of them.
I get a big kick out of the fact that you used bocce ball as a reference, as if any of us know how big a bocce ball is.
I do know how big a bocce ball is.
I do too.
Just because you're uneducated doesn't mean the rest of us are.
Bocce ball's a little bit bigger than a softball. Right?
Bocce balls were not included in my education.
About 4.5 inches. in
Grow up
diameter.
around some Italians, you'll learn about bocce ball.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, it is great to have you guys here today, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to start that fun with a little game that we like to call Warm It Up, Carmela.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
Man, this is one of the rare times.
You've been replaced.
I guess so. This is one of the rare times that I will actually be answering questions on a warm it up question.
Yeah.
So this is kind of cool.
It's about elements.
All of them.
All the
It's
elements.
not about elements.
Name elements above number 100. Go.
101.
It's not about elements. Anyway, I want to say thanks to everyone who sent me and Chris a bunch of warm-up questions yesterday.
We appreciate you.
That was very helpful. And this one actually comes from Tim Hanley.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
And it's a different sort of warm it up. A list of famous pairs is what I'm going to give you. They could be real, they could be fictional, and they might even be animated. The answer will be either their first names or the last names or a combination of both. So like if I were to give you Fred and Ginger,
Okay.
you would give me
Real.
Astaire and Rogers.
Oh, I got
Does that
you.
make
Okay.
sense to everybody?
So you're looking for the last names?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no Bartlett pairs or anything
Yeah.
like that.
But I might give you the person's last names. Like if that's what they're known by, then you
you're
would give me
looking
their
for the
first names.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So David, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Abbott and Costello.
Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Yes, that is correct.
Nice.
All right. Adam. Hall and Oates.
Daryl and John?
Yep. Daryl Hall and John Oates.
I'm stressing this. John Oates. How about that?
One on one.
That's the song you go with?
That's the third time I've done it on the show, and you said it the same thing every single time.
All right, Jonathan.
Yes.
Siskel and Ebert.
Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert.
That is correct. Chris.
Yes, ma'am.
Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, wow.
Laverne Schlemiel and Shirley Schlemazel.
Oh, man. You know, I don't know. Can somebody help me out?
No.
Nope.
I'm stumped too.
None of us know either.
Laverne DeFazio and Shirley Feeney.
Okay, DeFazio
Negative.
was in there, but Feeney, no.
All right.
The only Feeney I know is Mr. Feeney
Yeah.
from Boy Meets World.
Yep.
They could be related.
That's
Could
true.
be.
That would be
Yeah.
It could be the
interesting.
same universe.
Oh, my goodness. Mind blown.
All right, David.
Okay.
Cheech and Chong.
Oh, I met Chong once. His name is Tommy Chong, and Cheech Marin.
Yep.
Nice.
Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong.
Good job.
Tommy Chong signed my Cheech and Chong tape, and he wrote "Dave's not here" on it.
That's awesome.
I thought it was Tommy Chong signed my bong. It's a Chong bong.
Hey, it is 420. Well, you know.
Yeah, it is 420. And you are Canadian. So,
Hey.
all right, Adam. Romeo and Juliet.
All right. Oh, I always get these two backwards. Romeo is Montague and Juliet is Capulet.
That is correct.
Didn't this
Right.
time. Good job, man.
All right. Here we go.
Jonathan. Mulder and Scully.
Fox Mulder and Dana Scully.
That is correct.
Yes, sensei.
Chris.
Yes.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, goodness. It is Clyde.
Frog.
Nice. No. Bonnie Parker and Clyde. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's there, and I'm not thinking of it. Bonnie Parker and Clyde. I'm going to say Owens, but I don't think it's Owens.
Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow.
Barrow.
You think Clive Owens, the actor.
Clive Owens, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I was thinking that's true. Man,
All right.
I haven't gotten one right yet.
You've had the two hardest.
He did.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, you.
Well, I did give him a TV one, thinking he would know
No,
it.
no, yeah, no. It was.
Yours have been harder than mine. That's for sure.
Now I feel like I'm the Tasmanian devil.
All right, David.
Yep.
Shaggy and Scooby.
Oh, Shaggy is Norville something. Norville, I want to say Rogers. And Scooby has a last name? He's a dog.
Of course he has a last name.
Yeah.
Well, what comes after Scooby, David?
Oh, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. Thank
His
you.
name is Scoobert Doo.
Scoobert Doo. Yeah, so it's Shaggy Rogers and Scooby Doo.
Ah.
Actually, you do it better. That's it. You do it a lot better than I do.
All right. Adam. Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh.
All right. That is Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel.
That is correct.
What about Garfunkel and Oates?
That's the name of
Is it John
of a
Oates?
duet.
Well, yeah, it's Ricky Lindholm and oh my gosh, I can't remember the other lady's name.
Oh, she was
Kate Matuki, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Kate Micucci.
Makuchi, sorry.
yeah.
Makuchi.
Jonathan.
Yes, sorry. I was thinking
Rhett?
about Makuchi.
I heard that about you.
Damn right.
Rhett and Scarlett.
Rhett Butler and Scarlett Johansson. No, O'Hara. Scarlett Johansson has overtaken Scarlett O'Hara in the general mind over here.
Oh,
And
well,
that's a
shocker.
shame.
Just saying. It is Rhett Butler and Scarlett O'Hara, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right. Christopher.
Yes.
Lewis and Clark.
Again with the hardest ones.
And it's Meriwether Clark.
Ooh. It's Meriwether Lewis. I'm almost
It's
sure.
Meriwether Lewis.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Meriwether Lewis and
Bad Weather Clark.
that's awesome.
It's a pretty basic white man name.
Head name.
Chris. Scott Clark.
No,
No.
William.
it's William Clark.
Yeah.
Meriwether Lewis and William Clark.
Oh, Chris. Nice.
All right. So we'll go around one more time. David, you get
Kendall. Got it. David and Adam.
you get Laurel and Hardy.
This Laurel and Hardy
Oliver
handshake.
Law and Stan Hardy.
Nice.
I have it as Stan Laurel and Ollie Hardy.
Oh.
So you got them backwards, but I will
I think you're
accept.
right.
No. Wrong. You're wrong.
Wow,
Oh,
that
I
was
got
forceful.
Stan and Oliver, so point.
Ollie.
Adam, you've got Roy and Dale.
Roy and Dale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I know.
I don't even know who this pair is.
Yeah, I don't even know who. So I'm going to go Siegfried and Chip.
Siegfried and Shep.
It's Roy Rogers.
And Dale Evans.
Dale Evans, yeah.
Okay.
Like the restaurant?
No, they were actors.
Yeah.
Never heard of Dale Evans.
All right.
Doesn't bode well.
Jonathan.
Yes.
Your last one is Burns and Allen.
George Burns. Gracie?
Gracie Allen.
I'm so proud of you.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
All right. And Christopher.
Yes.
Martin and Lewis.
Let's see. It was Dean Martin and oh my gosh, Brain, Jerry Lewis. Oh my gosh. Oh, Brain.
Lady.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, that's great. That was really good, Carmela. I'm so glad I'm asking the questions today.
So that was your warm up. Thank you very much, Tim. I rather enjoyed that.
Fantastic.
That's a good one,
I
Tim.
love that one.
Well done. Chris, you got Chris talking to his brain. He's literally looking up into the top of his head like, Brain, come on. Come on, Brain. Pinky,
Hello,
get out of there.
Brain.
All right, well, today's game is going to be Adam and David versus Carmela and Jonathan. Chris is asking the questions, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
So your round 1, question 1 category is sports with no balls. And the question is, how many lanes does an Olympic swimming pool have?
We're locked in.
Okay.
Do you have any idea there, Adam? I've seen a couple of Olympic swimming things. Mainly, I watch the Olympics so I can watch the anthems.
He has his priorities in order.
He sure
Yeah, I
does.
do. I'm thinking there's at least 6.
I'm thinking they definitely have 8 people swimming in heats.
Okay.
My
so
question is, are there like 2 empty lanes on either side so that no one has to be against the wall?
I don't see why they'd have that. From pictures that I can remember in my head, I don't see any unused lanes. So you said you've seen 8?
Yeah, I think 8.
I'll go with that. We'll lock that in then.
Cool. 8 sounds good.
Okay.
Carmela's giving me the evil eye. She's not happy with me.
Okay. Well, what was y'all's answer?
So I originally said 8.
Okay.
And I don't feel like it's 8.
Yeah, so he said 12. And I was like, you seem really confident because you watch Olympic swimming events. So we said 12.
It didn't feel like 8 to me. When I look at the pool in my mind, there's more than 8 people across.
Gotcha. Well,
So we said 12.
okay. Well, I'm going to say this. You had a Trivial Warfare episode called Carmela Explains It All. Well, you should have listened to her. The answer is 8.
Yeah.
It's not a good beginning, Carmela.
well.
Your question 2 category is Musical Hall of Famers. The question is, who was the first Hispanic inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998?
The very first one was in 98?
Yes.
We're locked in.
You're good with that one this
Okay.
time?
Yeah. I can deal with it.
Because I'll change if you want me to.
It was 8, damn it.
You look like you might know something. You have this big smile on your face. The only ones I could come up with was, I know Buddy Holly had a Mexican wife, so I'm thinking maybe he was Hispanic. And whoever the guy was that sang La Bamba, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it was like Richie Valens.
Yeah, that's it. Those are the only 2 people that I could think of. But
Yeah.
It seems like 98 would be way too late because, I mean, those guys are the foundations of rock and roll. So what do you got?
Not a bunch. I was thinking maybe Santana.
Oh.
I know that it's something like you got to have been around or your eligibility starts 25 years after your first major label debut or something like that. I guess you
know he was
typically
still
only have one major label debut.
He was really big in 98 and 99, but I don't know when he started.
So in 99, he had put out Supernatural, which is big, crossover album with, all the current pop stars. Yeah, I also just thought of Tito Puente, just as another name to throw out.
But he's not rock and roll, though. More like Latin, kind of mambo kind of stuff.
That's fair. And I guess Santana has definitely, I do like the answer of Santana because it's very sort of guitar centric. I imagine Santana is in there, and 98 seems as good of a year as any to put him in.
Okay, we'll go with Santana.
All right, let's do Santana.
All right, lock it in. Santana.
We wrote down Richie Valens and Carlos Santana.
Oh.
My take on it was, I don't know for a fact that Valens is in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he had the one big hit, and he died young, so he didn't get to make a lot of more music. Confident Santana's in.
This would have been around the Supernatural period for him.
Yep.
So we went with Santana.
Yep.
Well, actually, when Carmela kind of blanched a little bit with the question that I asked, I looked it up real quick. So I would have actually taken 2 answers because there's 2 separate answers on that. Jerry Garcia was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1994 as part of the Grateful Dead. The book I was reading about talked about the first solo Hispanic artist being there, and that was in 1998, Carlos Santana.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm actually
points
a little
for both.
surprised that they didn't induct Richie Valens.
He might be in there now.
When you guys are doing the midpoint, I'll go and check.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have a large catalog of music, but I would have thought maybe they probably would have.
All right, very good. So your question 3 category is in geography or geography.
Ooh.
Your question
All right, I'm locked in.
Geography.
Thank you. Your geography question is, what North American lake is the largest freshwater lake by area in the world?
Define largest.
It is largest by area, with a square mile area of 31,820 miles.
I think I know this.
Or
I'm confident on this.
Or David, for you, 82,414 kilometers.
I've got this. You want me to lock in, Adam?
I want to talk it out. There's two I'm thinking of.
Okay.
We're locked in.
Okay.
All right, David, what you thinking?
Okay, I'm pretty sure that it's Lake Superior.
Okay, so Superior was my first thought as well. Also, up around your neck of the woods, or I think way more further north, there's the Great Slave Lake.
It's, I think, the largest in Canada, although I think you might be thinking of Great Bear Lake.
Great Bear Lake is Great Slave Lake, Australia or something? Or are they both Canadian?
No, they're both Canadian. They're both in the Northwest Territories, and they're like numbers, I think, 1 and 2 of the largest lakes entirely within Canada.
Ah, got it.
But Lake Superior, I'm sure, is bigger than them.
All right, I'm good with Superior.
All right, we're going to lock in Superior.
So our big question was whether or not Superior was saltwater or freshwater. Frankly, don't know.
I've asked a similar question to this, where it was the largest within something, and we ended up going with Great Bear Lake, because I remember when I asked the question, Jonathan had gone with Great Slave Lake, and it ended up being Great Bear Lake. So I was like, I think it's this, because we don't know if Superior is completely freshwater. So we said Great Bear Lake.
Okay. Located between Canada and the United States, the answer
Superior.
is Lake Superior.
Yeah, sorry,
All
Jonathan.
right, nicely done.
It's all right. All right, after the first round, it is 30-10. David and Adam are in the lead.
Okay. Your round 2 question 1 category comes from Paul Paquette from TriviaHallOfFame.com. Paul,
Thanks,
thank
Paul.
you so much.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Another Canadian, yay.
And I love Paul's questions, so this will be a fun one here. So the category from Paul is the high-ranking aristocrat of the ring. Of the ring, excuse me, that's plural, of the rings. So the question is, what New Zealand celebrity secretly operates an Instagram account called Onion Rings Worldwide, which reviewed onion rings wherever she went?
I know this one.
Because of
Yeah.
the... We're locked in.
Yeah, so Adam, it's Lord.
Yeah, because she'd be Lord of the Onion Rings.
Yeah. But yeah, she's been doing it for years, and then she got outed somehow. But yeah, it's Lord. But I perk up whenever I hear onion ring related stories too, because I love onion rings.
Yeah, no, I mean, an onion ring reviewing Instagram seems, I don't know why that hasn't existed yet or before Lord, but yeah, that's pretty crucial.
Yeah, so yeah, let's lock in with Lord.
All right.
We thought
She's definitely from New Zealand.
Yeah, when the pun was too hard to miss, so it's gonna be the Lord of the Rings. So we said Lord.
Okay, and the answer is Lord, and yes, Paul at the end said this made her the Lord of the Rings. All right, so your question 2 category is in mythology.
Myths.
Yes. All right, and the question is, the diet of what mythical monster periodically includes 7 youths and 7 maidens?
I feel pretty strong about it. All right, we're locked in.
Okay, I have no idea. You got anything here, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fairly confident that this would be the Minotaur.
Okay. I've just been reading something about the Minotaur the other day, but that's just how he came about. There's nothing about like what he eats and all that, so I'm thinking the trivia gods must be leading me towards Minotaur, since I'm getting all these Minotaur stuff all of a sudden. Yep, go ahead, lock it in then.
All right, let's lock in Minotaur.
We said the Minotaur.
Okay, and the answer is Minotaur. Well done, everybody. Your question 3 category is in science.
Science.
Wow, Jonathan, you kind of scared me there.
He also didn't wait for you to finish.
He really didn't. He was excited.
Science.
All right, there you go. Your question is, what chemical gas, NH3, was named for the Temple of Amen in Libya where it was obtained?
Spell Temple of Amen.
Okay, Temple of, and then Amen is A-M-E-N.
Why didn't you pronounce it Amen?
It's Amen.
We're locked in.
What you got over there?
Okay, well, at first, for the longest time, I couldn't think of anything, and I figured to go through the Temple of Amen route there, and I'm thinking, amen, that could be maybe ammonium. So that's the only thing I've got written down is ammonium.
Cool. So, yeah, my first thought was ammonia.
Oh, ammonia. Okay.
And then,
is there a difference between ammonia and ammonium?
There is. I think one of them is NH3 and the other one is NH4.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say that the ium ending is usually for the 4. It's something to do with ions. Okay. I think it might be ammonia, but I could also have this backwards.
And I don't have either preference there. I'll go with ammonia. You said? Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that.
All right, we're gonna go with ammonia.
So, Carmela and Jonathan, what was your thought process?
Carmela, I don't know anything about ammonia.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Well, ammonia is what I wrote down.
I'm sorry, ammonium.
Ammonium is, I think it's more of a solid kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
But I know ammonia is a gas. You said it sounds like amen.
That's how I came up with it.
And I do remember it being kind of a noxious, flammable gas, which hydrogen would definitely cause it to be flammable. So we said ammonia.
Okay, and the answer is ammonia.
Yay!
Okay,
Good job, everybody.
Wait a minute. Isn't there a
Imodium.
Ammonium AD?
Imodium.
Ammonium.
That could be really bad.
I'm extremely familiar with that. It also helps with noxious gases.
Like ammonia?
So, after the second round, 60-40, David and Adam haven't missed one yet.
Oh, I see what he did there. All right, your round 3 question 1 category is in literature.
Literature.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
All right. Your question is, who wrote the poem Captain, My Captain?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you're right.
Locked in.
Okay, they're locked in, gentlemen.
Okay, that's an American thing. So that's all on your shoulders, buddy.
Sure, this is
Love how you just threw that man under the bus.
Yeah. I want to say this is Whitman. Is this one of the ones that he wrote for Lincoln when he died?
I know it's for Lincoln, yeah.
Sure. So I think it's Walt Whitman. So we can just say Whitman. All right, let's lock in Whitman.
I wish they'd get one wrong.
I'm a big fan of Whitman's chocolates.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
His samplers are awful. I hate them. I don't like them at all.
You don't like Whitman chocolate?
No, I don't like them at all.
No.
Wow.
No, yeah,
I have to strongly disagree with you on that. I'm with Carmela. They're good.
We said Whitman.
All right, and the answer is Walt Whitman.
Yay!
Well done, everybody. Discussed at length in the movie Dead Poets Society.
That's right. I think Whitmans are disgusting.
Wow. Okay.
At length.
All right, so your question 2 category is memorials. And the question is, American architect Maya Lin designed what United States memorial in 1982?
We're locked in.
All right, David, you got this one?
I'm thinking it's the Vietnam War Memorial. That sounds familiar. And 1982 would be about 10 years, well, a little less than 10 years after the war. So, but I know the name Maya Lin really rings a bell.
Cool. I agree with Vietnam. I don't know how nitpicky Chris is going to be here. I'm fairly confident she did not want it to be a war memorial, but she wanted it to be for the people who had served in the war. I can't remember if it's called like the Vietnam Veterans Memorial or the Vietnam Service Memorial, but it's definitely Vietnam. We can say War Memorial because that's just what people call it, even though it's not what it's called. And then beg for mercy.
Yeah, if the Vietnam War never happened, that memorial wouldn't happen. So
sure. So let's just go with the Vietnam Memorial.
Okay. No, we're not going in. Locking it in.
Okay. Actually, I will need you to be more specific, please.
Awesome. Okay. So, yeah, I don't think it's war.
Vietnam Veterans Memorial? You like that?
Yeah. It's either veterans or service or...
Vietnam Veterans kind of have a flow to it, the alliteration and everything. And it is pretty much just the names of the people.
Right. Sure, we'll go with the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And we'll lock that in.
We said Vietnam War Memorial.
Okay. And the answer is the Vietnam Veteran Memorial. And the reason why was she had it determined that she did not want it to be a war memorial.
That's a little bit more nitpicky than I would have. I get it, though. I get it.
It is Chris's host, so it's his call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Question 3 category is in odd jobs. And the question
I like
is...
that movie.
Okay. The question is, a farrier is a blacksmith that specializes in what particular skill? And farrier is spelled F-A-R-R-I-E-R.
We're locked in.
Who makes the donuts?
Okay, they're locked in with donuts. Anyway, no. You guys go ahead and talk it out.
You just gave me the biggest craving for donuts. It's not good.
That and Mike Zimmerman writing a round about donuts while we were playing.
Oh man, I want a donut right now, like a big apple fritter.
You're probably old enough to remember it's time to make the donuts.
Of course
the
I am.
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah.
Like a donut shop apple fritter.
That guy looked like Mario before we knew who Mario was. It's that time to make the donuts.
Okay, Adam, I'm thinking horseshoes. That's the only thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, I'm thinking horseshoes. If it's wrong, hopefully it's, close enough.
Okay, let's walk in with horseshoes.
All right, horseshoes.
What kind of horses are the shoes for, please?
Is it for war horses or veteran horses?
Yes.
Are they draft horses?
Yeah.
They're bottled horses.
All right. We also said horseshoes because Carmela was convinced that it was horseshoes.
He's like, who makes barrels? I'm like, I don't know, but farriers
Somebody
make horseshoes.
makes a barrel.
Coopers make barrels.
Coopers,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. The answer is the trimming and balancing of horses' hooves in order to place shoes on them. 10 points. The Ravenclaw and whatever you guys are. So well done.
We're Ravenclaw?
Have you not seen her mug?
This is disturbing. I'm not Ravenclaw.
I know, Mr. Slytherin.
Yes.
Yes.
You should go slither that way.
I'm a Slitherpuff.
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 People like me. I'm loyal, nice. It's 90-60. These two dudes are dominating right now. And the only reason we didn't get the two in the first round right is that you had the right answer and I went against it.
Then you
and
had
I
the
had the right answer and you went against it. We cost ourselves 20 points working out our teamwork.
All right.
You think we'd have that down by now?
You would think.
All right. Your halftime question, the category is more geography.
Yay!
Please not flags. Please not flags.
It's not flags.
Please not.
It's not flags.
Not anthems. Not anthems.
Please
Not anthems.
Please not anthems.
All right. Your halftime question is this. Italy is actually bordered by 6 countries. For 5 points each, I want you to name 4 out of those 6 countries.
Oh, man, I got this.
And while you do that, I'm going to look for Richie Valens.
He's dead. He's right where you left him.
Yeah, he's definitely not here.
That's not right.
We're locked in.
Are we, though?
Did you want to adjust anything?
No.
All right, then we're locked in.
Okay. Just checking.
No bonus for getting all 6?
No.
Nope.
Shut your
No,
hole.
there's no
I
bonuses.
think we got all 6 here.
Well, that's fine.
All right,
I need you to
what's
choose
on your
4.
Nobody likes a bragger,
I
David.
need you to choose 4, please.
Okay, well, I got Vatican and San Marino. I also got France, Switzerland, Slovenia, and Austria.
That is my list exactly. So you want to just go San Marino and Vatican because those are definitely all up in there?
Yeah.
And then France and Switzerland, and then...
Sure.
All right.
All right.
So-
It's all up in there.
Right? Vatican City's memeing. He's like, Italy, I'm in you.
Specifically in Rome.
Wow.
Okay, we said Switzerland, France, Austria, and Vatican City.
And the answers are Austria, France, Slovenia, San Marino, Vatican City, and Switzerland. Well done, everybody. All right.
Slovenia. That's the one we couldn't think
I
of.
didn't know Slovenia.
Yeah, it's like a very small
I bet
border.
that's the one that's slightly more to the right
Yes.
that I was talking about. Like, what's the one that's right there?
You know, we've gotten to a pretty good distance through this game.
Yeah.
We have 80 points, which is great. Mm-hmm. They have 110, which is perfect. They have a legitimate perfect game going on right now.
Yep.
It's upsetting.
You like jinxing it, don't you?
So far, it hasn't worked.
I'm not jinxing anything.
He's tried. It hasn't worked yet. All right, and just to let everybody know, inducted in 2001, Richie Valens. Into the Rock and Roll Hall of
So
Fame.
you did eventually get in there.
Yep.
Good.
Fa la 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 mamba. All right, that is the end of the first half. I don't have an advertisement for you today, but I do want to remind you that we have a new show out called Trivial Warfare Blitz. Trivial Warfare Blitz is based on a lightning round concept. The games are fast. They are 15 minutes or less, and they're done in a tournament style where the winner of the first 3 games meet up to play against each other in the 4th game. We're having a lot of fun, and you can check it out. Go to any podcast app and search for Trivial Warfare Blitz. You can subscribe to the show and let us know what you think about it. All right, let's get started with the second half of today's game.
So going into round 4, question 1 category is Chris fails at rapping.
Here we go.
Yay. It must be my birthday.
Okay, so I want you to name this 1965 #1 U.S. Billboard 200 hit.
Not number one.
It's a mega hit.
I'm not using the term mega hit.
Did you say Billboard 200 or 100? Because a 200 was an album chart, not a song chart. But this was a number 1 song.
Yes, this was a number 1 song. Why do I do this to myself? Okay.
You chose it, dude.
I know, I always do.
I sang country.
Did you? Wow, that's not bad, man.
It was awesome.
Okay. All right, let me...
It was awesome.
Can I get through my embarrassment?
Eventually.
Okay. How about now?
Sure.
All right, thank you. And now my life has changed in so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze, but every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I need you like I've never done before. All right. So now here's the words actually set out. And now my life has changed in so many ways. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. And now my life has changed in so many ways. I forgot the O part. My independence seems to vanish in the haze, but every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need you like I've never done before.
It's familiar.
David, I've got this one. I don't know about you, but
Good. No, I got nothing.
Okay, I can. Okay. If we want to listen to them try to sing it out, I can lock it in.
Okay.
He knows you so well. All right, so go ahead and write it down and circle
it. All right, it's locked in.
Carmela and Jonathan, you can talk it out.
The line that's really sticking with me is my independence seems to vanish in the haze. That is something familiar to me.
Every now and then I feel so insecure is the one that's...
Is this Simon and Garfunkel?
You're going to have to give me some context.
I can't yet. I feel so insecure.
I'm sure this is riveting entertainment for everyone.
My independence seems to vanish in the haze. It goes from low to high, but not too high on that line.
Mm.
Every now and then I feel so insecure. This is a really familiar song. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of things that were big in 1965.
Rolling Stones, Beatles, Jim Croce. Every now and then I feel so insecure.
That's more Beatles than Rolling Stones.
It feels Beatles, too. I'm starting to feel Beatles.
Yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me if Chris wrote a Beatles question.
Oh, man. Can't take too long either, but damn it. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. It's Beatles. It is Beatles.
Mm.
I love you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's She Loves You, and I don't think that's it. 65 was... Was that Sgt. Pepper?
No.
No.
Rubber Soul?
Rubber Soul, maybe?
But every now and then I feel so insecure. That's the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. It's not the right notes, but that's the beat. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I need an answer.
Hey Jude.
It's not Hey Jude.
I know it's not Hey Jude. Name a song from 65.
A Day in the Life.
Day in the Life.
Okay. So, Adam, David, what was your thoughts? Or actually, Adam, you locked in.
I did.
Yeah, I had like a 2-0 over here.
Cool. So you needed to pick up the tempo a little bit. So it is, and now my life has changed in oh so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure. You know that I just need you like never done before.
Oh, help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around.
Yeah, it's Help.
Yep.
We
The
had
answer
the
is
right-
Help by the Beatles.
We were literally right
Yeah,
there.
pick it up.
You were.
Nice job, Adam. Good get. I tell you what, that was my very first favorite Beatles song of all time.
But yeah, I mean, it would be great to mash that up with Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yeah.
Total Eclipse of the Help.
And that is just frustrating. Can't afford to miss questions like that. That should be right there for us. Lyrics are hard. All right. Go ahead.
All right. Your question 2 category is, what am I? Okay, what are you doing?
Flesh.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so basically I'm going to tell you a description of something, and I want you to tell me what that is.
20 questions?
No. All right. So the question is, I currently weigh 45.52 carats. I was originally named Taverner Blue and was sold to King Louis XIV in 1668. I was stolen in 1791 and was recut to my current size and weight. What am I?
We're locked in.
The thing that's going in my head, Adam, is the Hope Diamond.
Yeah, Hope Diamond was the first thing I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only famous blue gemstone I could say. I thought it was newer than that, but I mean, I got nothing else.
Yeah, let's go with Hope Diamond. Let's lock that in.
All right.
You know, it's funny how the brain works because literally I leaned toward Hope Diamond. As soon as he said, I currently weigh 45 carats, my mind just said, Hope Diamond, and the rest of it was just validating it.
Yeah, I mean, it was constantly cut down and cut down and cut down. But yeah, we said Hope Diamond.
All right, and the answer is the Hope Diamond. Well done. By the way, what was the jewel in the Great Muppet Caper?
Baseball diamond.
Baseball diamond. Thank you.
It was a pun.
Yes. Okay.
Of course, that's what Chris would think of.
All right. So your question 3 category is in cartoons. The question is, what famous DJ was the voice of Shaggy in the cartoon Scooby-Doo?
I got it. I'm locked in. You trust me to lock in on this, Adam?
We're locked in already.
All right, they locked in.
Yeah.
Hey, if you just give us 5 seconds, jeez. Now we have to rush.
Y'all are locked in over there?
Yeah.
I am. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know this.
All right. Well, you can answer now, David. You're good.
Casey Kasem.
Yep.
All right. That's their answer.
And this one goes out to Scooby.
We're counting down the hits from 40 to 1. This is Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
That was a nice try.
No,
it wasn't even a nice try.
Ruby, Ruby, Roo!
Oh, man, that just sounded like he was hoarse.
That was better, actually.
It was definitely Casey Kasem.
All right, and the answer is Casey Kasem.
I'm just going to end this misery right now. Just
Like Zoink Scoob!
All right. So after 4 rounds, Jonathan, what's the score?
They have 140 points and have not even come close to missing something yet. We have 100 points. So it's 140 to 100.
Okay. Round 5, question 1 category is, it costs how much? And the question is, originally released on April 18th, 1938, what was the original cover price of Action Comics #1?
all right, we're locked in.
Okay. So, David and Adam, you can talk it out.
I just got 5 cents and 10 cents. That's really the only thing that came to mind. I can see the cover, but...
Yeah, I can see the cover. This is the first Superman?
Yeah, that was first Superman. That was 1938.
Yeah.
I think he said that too, so...
Yeah.
So it's fresh in your head.
Going between 5 cents, 10 cents, and 25 cents.
25 cents, I think, would have been a bit too much for a popular comic or a comic that they're trying to get popular, especially with issue 1 back then. 25 cents would be a bit much. So that's why I didn't want to go beyond 10 cents.
Okay. And I'll say 5 was my first instinct as well. Can just sort of like picture the 5 and the cent sign.
Okay.
But, I could probably replace that 5 with a 10 and then have that picture in my head as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you could. I mean, I am kind of, I don't have any preference one over the other. 5 cents is cheaper, obviously. So you want to lock in with 5? Or?
Sure. Let's go. Yeah, 5 cents.
Okay.
All right. Let's lock in 5 cents.
Same concept, same thoughts. We chose 10 cents.
Okay. Well, to put it in perspective, Action Comics 1000, which came out last year, cost $7.99 for that issue, but it was an extra large issue, so that made perfect sense. Action Comics number 1 sold for 10 cents.
Yes.
Oh, yes. The streak is broken.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Nice job.
All right. Your question 2 category is an alphabet soup. And the question is, what is the only female name used in the NATO phonetic alphabet?
We're locked in.
You're not even going to be like, you're like, nah, I know you know it.
Juliet.
Yeah, I said this earlier today, actually. Yeah, Juliet for J.
Yeah, my dad's a ham radio operator, so I know all the NATO phonetic alphabet through that and Morse code and all that fun stuff.
We've had 2 hams in one day.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot more than that. I see 2 hams sitting in that room right now.
Oh,
Wonder Twin Powers activate. Form of ham.
form of bacon.
All right, so what did you guys lock in with?
Juliet.
Okay.
Juliet.
Carmela. I'm going to not even say Jonathan's name. Carmela.
It's Juliet.
And the answer is Juliet. Well done. I love a good native phonetic
The flag
alphabet
for
question.
it is it's a blue stripe, a white stripe, and a blue stripe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you.
You know, so obscure flags.
Yeah.
All right. Your question 3 category is in drinks, just not the adult kind. The question is, what root is used to flavor root beer?
Ah, crap.
All right, we're locked in.
All right, what you got, David?
I still got my took of nothing here.
Okay.
A took of nothing.
So, again, I'm down to 2 things that sound very similar. One of them is sassafras, and the other one is sarsaparilla. I think sassafras is the root, and sarsaparilla is... I mean, who knows what sarsaparilla is? It could be a dance. It could be an article of clothing.
Everyone do the sarsaparilla.
Somebody, hey, honey, can you get my sarsaparilla and bring it to me in the park?
All I know of sarsaparilla is I've heard it in Bugs Bunny cartoons said by men with southern accents. So I think it's a drink, but...
Yeah, I think that might be the, I think sassafras is the root.
Okay. I mean, I got nothing on this, so I'll leave it all to you.
All right, let's lock in sassafras.
Okay.
We had pretty much the exact same conversation.
Literally, I've been in a ghost town before and I've ordered a sarsaparilla, and it's root beer. Literally, it's root beer. So we chose the other one and said sassafras.
Okay. And I will take either sassafras or sarsaparilla. So correct for both teams.
Awesome. Because we were like, I don't know if sarsaparilla is actually the name of the root.
There's a little debate on that, so I wanted to take both.
At the end of the 5th round, Adam and David have 160 points. Jonathan and Carmela have 130 points.
This is one of the highest point games for both teams we've had in a while. I know I normally have a high point game, but this is
something right here.
Yeah, I know.
They're balancing each other really well.
Absolutely. But now for round 6, I throw out Chris asking the questions, and I bring in the trivia writing legend, Rob Warman, to write the questions for me.
You changed his nickname.
Well, no. Well, hold on. I'll give him his due. So this round is brought to you by the man, the myth, the trivia writing legend, Rob Warman. Thank you, Rob.
You changed it.
What did I?
You never called him a trivia writing legend before. You had a different.
That has been in there.
You said something else. Trivia writer, prolific trivia writer.
Okay,
you changed his name.
Man, I'm so sorry, prolific trivia writer. All right, question 1 categories in U.S. Vice President. So, David, I'm terribly sorry.
Sit it out, David.
All right. Your question is...
Please be Canadian Prime Ministers for the next question.
So your question is, 4 U.S. presidents have won the Nobel Peace Prize. Name the former U.S. vice president that is the only one to also win this honor. He did not have to be vice president at the time.
He wasn't vice president at the time?
No.
He didn't have to be.
He did not have to be.
Oh, yes. I think you're right.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay, they're locked in.
All right, how's your vice presidential award-winning knowledge?
Trying to get better. I know that Gore won a Nobel Prize, but I'm pretty sure it's not peace.
Yeah, Gore's the first name I wrote down.
I'm not even sure if he won a Nobel Prize, to be honest. But I know he won some kind of accolades.
So I don't know if this would be, something related to a war or a conflict. Al Gore just seems kind of like a good answer.
Yeah, I'm not confident in it, but I mean, we got nothing else. So right. I'd be quite happy to go with Gore, mainly because that's the only thing I have.
Yeah, let's go with Gore.
All right.
And we'll lock that in.
Gore!
I thought it was because of the Inconvenient Truth work that he was doing. We said Al Gore.
Okay. For the efforts to build up and disseminate greater knowledge about man-made climate change in 2007, the answer is Al Gore.
Woohoo!
Nicely done, everyone.
So your question 2 category is yet another geography question.
Man, that's their specialty, too. They clearly are good at geography.
Okay. Now a sovereign nation named for a Spanish king. Where was the site of Ferdinand Magellan's death in 1521?
Got it.
C.
I didn't know this when I wrote the questions, bro. I thought you'd just be proud of me for having 3 geography questions in an episode.
You didn't even write that question.
I did. Oh, that's true. Rob Orman did. Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Are you okay with it?
We are locked in.
All right.
They're locked in. So, gentlemen, talk about it.
I mean, Chris, you could have stopped at name for a Spanish king, because the only country that I know of that's named for a Spanish king is named for King Philip, and it's the Philippines.
Cool. Yep, that came to me as well when they were doing their brief deliberation.
Mm-hmm. We didn't deliberate. It was me holding up the thing, waiting for him to look at it. So he's arguing with Chris.
All right. So you guys are locked in?
We're locking in.
All right.
Yep.
Carmela.
We said the Philippines.
And the answer is the Philippines. Well done, both teams. All right. Rob, they're shredding your questions, man. Okay. Your question 3 category is called This or That Words Edition. And the question is, what 4-letter words definitions include the bitter white tissue under the skin of a citrus fruit, or a type of tropical headgear, or the act of severing a frog's spine?
We're locked in.
Wow.
That's not something that you can write down and not be confident in.
Yeah.
Okay, they're locked in.
Adam, you look like you know this.
Yeah, well, I was like, the white stuff under the skin of a citrus fruit, got it. That sounds like pith. The hat, the headgear, pith, yep. Severing a frog's spine, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
You good with that?
I'm very good with that.
All right, let's lock in pith.
I've been known to say that this drink tastes like pith.
Oh, ba-dum-bum.
I have no idea about the frog thing, but a pith helmet is definitely a thing, and that's what you call the white part of underneath the orange rind. Yeah, we said pith.
All right, the answer is pith. Great job, everybody. Man, you guys crushed this quiz.
Mike Tyson gets pithed off sometimes.
All right. Oh, he's tickled himself now. Hold up, everybody. It's going to take a minute.
That's because he didn't have to do anything the entire 6th round.
Rob Warman and Carmela are in a zone together.
Yeah.
So 30 points for Carmela, 30 points for Adam, and 0 points for Jonathan.
At the end of the 6th round, so 190 to 160, we are going to find out what the gauntlet category is, and then we're going to work out our wagers.
Okay.
Chris.
Well, as Jonathan knows, because we talked about it last night, the gauntlet is one of the harder parts of the show to write. Something came to me towards the end of the night last night, and the gauntlet category is Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. Okay.
Our wager's locked in.
Our wager's locked in.
Good job. So they've rendered
excited.
our wager completely unnecessary. We don't need to wager if they're going all or nothing.
So your question 1 category in the gauntlet is, the category is automobiles. The question is, the Avenger debuted in 1994 as a 2-door coupe and was built by what car company until 2000? It later came back as a midsize car in 2008.
We're locked in.
Our answer is locked in.
Your question 2 categories in the government. Operation Endgame was a 9-year plan to detain and deport suspected terrorists living in the United States and was implemented under what U.S. government department?
All right, we're locked in.
Our answer is locked in.
Okay. Your question 3 category is remakes. In 1998, the classic British TV series The Avengers was remade into a big budget movie. What actress played the character of Dr. Emma Peel?
We're locked in.
Please miss this.
I'm not missing this. Our answer is locked in.
All right, so your question 1 category in automobiles for the gauntlet. The question is, the Avenger debuted in 1994 as a 2-door coupe and was built by what car company until 2000? It later came back as a mid-sized car in 2008. So, David and Adam, what did you go with?
We said Dodge.
Okay. Jonathan, Carmela.
We said Dodge.
All right. The next question in government. Operation Endgame was a 9-year plan to detain and deport suspected terrorists living in the United States and was implemented under what U.S. government department? So, Carmela, Jonathan?
So, Jonathan and I had a little bit of a debate about this because I immediately wrote down the Department of Homeland Security. But he questioned, make sure it wasn't earlier. But I'm like, well, we didn't really call them terrorists in the 50s. We called them communists. And we really didn't start doing big scale things like this till after 2001. So we said Homeland Security.
Okay. David and Adam.
Yeah, we had the same conversation, more or less, and we went with Homeland Security.
Okay. Finally, question 3, the category of remakes. In 1998, the classic British TV series The Avengers was remade into a big-budget movie. What actress played the character Dr. Emma Peel? David and Adam.
Adam, that's all yours.
We went with Uma Thurman.
Okay. Carmela and Jonathan,
I could tell you who the other characters were.
if you want to.
Ray Fiennes was John Steed. Sean Connery was August de Winter. I can't think of the guy's name who played Mother, but he's another British actor. But
Danzig.
No, it's not Danzig.
Mother.
That was awesome.
But we said Emma Peel was Uma Thurman.
Okay.
I watched that movie a lot as a kid.
Everybody said the same answers. I'm sure hoping we got the cabinet wrong or I sure hope we got that middle question wrong.
All right. So the automobiles question, the answer is Dodge. Woohoo. The remakes question, the answer was, in fact, Uma Thurman.
All right.
And for the government, the answer is the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be Homeland Security. There's no way it couldn't be Homeland Security.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I would say it comes down to wagers, but alas and alack, I do not believe it does. But Jonathan and Carmela, what was your wager?
So if they are going to bet it all, we couldn't beat them, so we didn't worry about the upper end. We had to play the mid game. If they are going to bet it all and lose or bet it all and miss it, then 0 is fine. And if they were going to go non-risky and bet 29, we wanted to cover that, and so we bet 60.
All right. Wow, that was some good strategy right
So
there.
we finished with 220.
Okay. Now, gentlemen, the question that we've all been waiting for since we went into the gauntlet. Did you decide to go for it? Did you decide to bet it all? Let's find
Adam,
out.
you were the one who talked me into the wager, so I'll let you take that one.
Sure. So we were trying to figure out what to do. Neither of us really know anything about film, especially the Avengers. So we figured we should go low, but then we also figured, when is the next time we're going to be this close to greatness? So we decided to bet it all, and we wagered 190.
Wow.
380 points.
Whew. Wow.
I just want to say you brought up Andy Saunders and his record before. Keep in mind, Andy Saunders was a team of one. I would be nowhere near this without Adam, and I'm sure Adam would be nowhere near this without me either.
Absolutely.
380 to 220. Congratulations, guys. It's fantastic.
Hey, thank you. Nice scores all around.
Yes, definitely. You guys did remarkably well, too. I mean, you only missed, 5-6 questions?
Oh,
I missed a couple of stupid ones, too.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
You need a hug, Jonathan.
No, I don't want to hug Jonathan.
Hug.
Please don't touch me.
Hug.
Please don't touch me. Don't stop.
Okay,
He got his hug.
I'm glad we went on that journey together.
So we like to give people a chance to do a shout out or to promote a cause. So David, we will start with you, my friend.
Okay, well, since this is the podcast that is about pub trivia, I wanted to give a shout out to my regular pub trivia players. Andrew and Shelley, I know both of them through Toastmasters, which is something I've been involved in for a long time.
Cool.
And they're not only about helping you become better public speakers, but better leaders and presenters as well. So Andrew and Shelley are really the heart and soul of my pub trivia group. There's Derek, who's a former Jeopardy player who is on my team as well, and he's definitely the brains of the outfit. My cousin Ray recently joined, so I want to give a shout out to him. He's been known to pull some obscure answers. Brad, who's the pastor of my church, he's also as much of a trivia geek as I am, so I love playing trivia with him. Peter is also somebody I know through Toastmasters, and introduced him to Learned League as well as Derek. So he's a big trivia person. And of course, my pub trivia team isn't complete without my lovely wife, Cheryl. She is not a trivia person, but every now and then she pulls something out of her Jonathan that that nobody else knows.
That was amazing.
No, I am not accepting this.
Too late, it's canon.
It is.
We are not renaming the ass a Jonathan.
Too late, it's canon.
Oh,
Move on.
It's totally canon. That was awesome.
It's in honor of how you get to pull those things out of your...
Name the poll. You could say you Jonathan something out of an ass. I don't want to be the ass.
Too late.
I think you've been outvoted there, Jonathan. But yeah, those are the people that I regularly play with. Sometimes it's just one of them. Sometimes it's just me. Sometimes it's all of them. But all the time, it's a fun time, just like playing pub trivia and playing this episode was.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you
Outstanding.
very much.
And Adam, your turn.
Sure. I will just say support your local public schools.
Yeah, definitely.
Amen.
Love that. We got lots of kids going to them.
Yep.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap up today's episode of Trivial Warfare.
Yay.
So for Carmela, for Chris, and for David and Adam, I'm Jonathan. And this has been another episode of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, guys.
Take care, everybody. Come here, big guy. We're giving you a hug.
Oh my God! Woo!
So if he hugs Jonathan, does that mean he's hugging an ass?
Yeah.
Just checking. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Trivial Warfare. To learn more about the show and become a warhead yourself, visit trivialwarfare.com. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes or in any other good podcast app. And find us on Facebook or Twitter by searching Trivial Warfare. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. If you need help with your podcast, find it at propodcastingservices.com.
And as you also pointed out, I mean, there were several on there that at least one of you knew, but
Yeah.
you talked the other one out of.
Oh,
so-
I hate that part of this game.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think you needed some more help.
Hey-o.
You know what I think you need?
To get out of your house?
Big glass of shut the hell up.
My hair is caught in the microphone.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that was...
I have that issue all the time.
I know.
Yes. Adam does as well.
You have such a problem with your hair getting caught in things.
Yes, the only problem is it's my nose hair.
My mustache hairs get caught in the filter all the time.
Don't stick your face so far into
right
it.
in there,
He's
baby.
eating that mic.
Just...
All right.